Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is feeling good and looking good. Cause shit, I know I am. My name is Grateful Queen, and this is my series Behind the Crime. I like Queen on the case. You let me know. We'll talk about it. So today we will be talking about Leroy Ramos. He was a bus driver down in Atlanta, and unfortunately, he was unalived by three teens. And it all started off by them not wanting to pay the bus fare. And then it escalated into a verbal altercation and unfortunately led up to the demise of Leroy by these three teens, one in particular. But I'm going to go ahead and react to a couple of the news videos, get everyone informed. And then I was also able to find the video by True Crime. I love their channel. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me roll my intro and I'll see you in a second. All right. So on the evening of January 3rd, 2025, so literally 13 days ago, at the Decatur station in Georgia, a senseless act of violence claimed the life of 47-year-old MARTA bus driver Leroy Ramos. So MARTA is the name of like the bus, the public transit down there. A dispute over $2.50 escalated and unfortunately resulting into his tragic death. This incident was deeply affected by the community and it sparked urgent discussions about the safety of public transportation workers, not only because they are people facing, but if you think of, hey, just going to work, I may have to face things like that. Like not even maybe this week or last week, I forget. Something happened to a US post office worker in New York, getting stabbed in a like bodega while they were just trying to get lunch. So just being in the community can be hazardous. And that is not what is in your job description to have to deal with that. So I know that in some of the videos that I saw, they mentioned that they have transit police, but is there enough transit police to deal with all of these micro incidents like that? I highly doubt it. So let's continue. Today, I want to honor the life of Leroy Ramos and get a little deeper into the issues surrounding this tragedy. So, Leroy was more than just a bus driver. He was a loving husband, he was a father, he was a cherished community member. He was actually in his position, from what I saw, since last year. So, for a couple of months. And he was known for his resilience and compassion. And he had just recently moved from New York to Atlanta. So he wasn't even there for that long. And he had just started that position, like I said, back in October. So he had been there for a couple of months. And a lot of his friends and family remember him as someone who overcame adversity. So like even moving from New York to Atlanta, such a big move. He had a big heart and he was the type. Okay, sorry about that. Let me restart again. My dog started barking like crazy. So on January 3rd, around 6:30 p.m., three juveniles boarded Ramos's bus at the Decatur station and refused to pay the $2.50 fare. So the confrontation escalated when one teen threatened to spit on Ramos, and I have the video where you could hear him obviously say that. And he goes back and says, "Your mom." They go back and forth, and escalated when someone produced a firearm, fatally shooting him multiple times. And when we say multiple times, it was like 7 or 8 succession, back to back to back to back. So before I go ahead and finish reading what I have written. Let me go ahead and share 2 videos, and then I'll continue.
MARTA employees are rallying around the family of a driver shot to death Friday night during a dispute. Police say started over bus fare, $2.50. Dozens of union workers showed up to the Decatur MARTA bus station for a balloon release, all in remembrance of the driver, Leroy Ramos. That's where Fox 5 Joy Dukes is. Joy, I mean, when we talk about senseless, this tops the list.
Yeah, absolutely, Eric. And officials with that union are calling for change in light of the fatal shooting death of one of their own. And we're told that that driver had only been on the job with MARTA for a few short months before taking his last breaths here at the Decatur MARTA station. Well, now there is a memorial that has been set up here. You can see there are some candles here, as well as some teddy bears, one saying "Forever Leroy Ramos" with his name on it, as well as some balloons and flowers. Earlier, members of the union joined loved ones here in a moment of solidarity. They came together to hold a balloon release for Ramos, many of them shaken up at the thought that he went to work and did not make it home. Police say that the 2 juvenile suspects who are involved are in custody, but there is still another juvenile suspect that they are looking for. The big message here today was that they want to see justice served. His wife, Monique Ramos, telling us she was grateful to see so many people there in support of her family.
It's overwhelming. I'm happy. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know it was going to be so many people out here with all the support and love. It makes me feel good.
Union members say driver safety has been a concern for years, and they want to see MARTA advocate for stricter punishment of individuals that are assaulting drivers. They want to see some laws created at the state level, and they also want to see security officers or police officers on buses that are deemed high-risk routes. Now, of course, we'll have some more coverage on this coming up in the later shows tonight at 10 and 11. That's the latest here live in Decatur. Joy Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Developing tonight, a 3rd juvenile accused of shooting and killing a MARTA bus driver has been charged with murder. Police say he turned himself in to DeKalb County Police tonight. The shooting happened Friday evening at the Decatur MARTA station. Police say Leroy Ramos was killed during a fight over a $2.50 bus fare. The 2 other young people charged in the death of Ramos made their first virtual appearance in front of a judge earlier today.
A lot of our young people are lost, but it's up to us to grab them back and let them know, why, you out here destroying our own community.
Yesterday, Ramos's wife told Fox 5 they just moved to Atlanta from New York. Ramos only worked with MARTA for a few months. The 3 young people will be charged as adults.
So before I share this last video, I want to talk about what that gentleman had to say towards the end of it, and read a couple more, and then I'll go ahead and play the video. I think that when we're building services, right, it's so important to focus on the youth and the elderly. And when you think of all of these issues of the youth kind of flying off the handles, like, I am always interested to know what services or what help or what avenues do they have. Because the fact that the teens literally took this sign of quote unquote disrespect to the fatal path that they did, where now their life is lost over 30 seconds, And I see that all the time. Like 30 seconds can ruin your life by bad decisions. So that is one of the biggest takeaways is we want to broaden this kind of conversation of safety. And also when it comes to like bus drivers, right? Or transit or public servants for that matter, enhancing that feeling of security, improving surveillance services, enhancing training, because you want to be able to protect the passengers and the transit workers. So before I continue, when we think of all of the violence that's around, we can only affect what is directly around us, but to be curious and be tuned into the world as a whole is crucial because we are part of that. They are a part of us, even if it's indirectly. So as we kind of talk about the living memory of Leroy Ramos, I want to say that it is so sad that he lost his life in this way. Not only because he had just moved there, not only because he just started that job, but the fact that it was senseless. That it was quite literally senseless. His life was worth way more than being discarded that way and being spoken to while on the job like that and them escalating it. So I just want to say in living memory for Leroy Ramos. He was born in 1977 and his unfortunate death of 2025. So now I'm going to go ahead and play the video so you could be the judge for yourself of what senseless crimes are happening. Let's go.
Calling Greenwood, the sea.
That was hard to watch. That was very hard to watch. To see someone be on the job on the clock and dealing with unruly kids that think they know better just to be gunned down like that. You could see the person that was taking the video. They already saw it coming. They were hiding behind the pillar. They were going a little behind. And again, even though You have people de-escalating it. I don't know if you saw, it was like the 3 teenagers, and then it was actually a bus driver employee, a bus employee rather, was holding him back. And just from that back and forth, then the back and forth turns into pushing, then the pushing turns into escalation. The escalation turns into someone being killed. To de-escalate in moments like that, hindsight always looks like, damn, man, you could have just walked away. Is, as you could see, you could kind of see the triangulation. You could see how it was getting hotter and heavier within those 2 minutes. You see 0 to 100. So it was a devastating loss for not only the Ramos family, but the whole community. And it really shows that we need to be kind to others. And when you're wrong, be willing to admit that you're wrong. Imagine you're a bus driver and then someone is like, yo, I don't want to pay the fare. Okay, you're not getting on. And that stems the argument. And then it gets even more hostile. And then it gets even more and a little more and a little more. So I just wanted to share this video. And I hope that everyone around, please, please, please make sure that you're safe out there. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings, wherever they may be. And I hope everyone is feeling good and looking good. I will be continuing to pump out these videos. I had an issue with my to be honest, my Canva. It wasn't letting me download, so I have a bunch of videos that are just kind of in the chamber. But I'm just gonna upload this one as is. So I hope everyone is feeling good and looking good. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe. If you have anything to say, please drop it down below. And if you have any ideas, please drop it down below. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.